like most people who are passionate by something, you have signals, or you give signals of that fairly early on. And if I can recall, I was about maybe 4 or 5 when I started paying real attention to the vibration of piano strings when they were out of tune. And when the tuner would come to tune the piano, immediately I could tell something was wrong. And they actually asked my parents if I would like to become a piano tuner. Okay, that is the first signal I had. Then I became passionate, but somehow being the middle child of a family of 6, I was kind of designated to be the helper in the family. And so helping means to do all the chores. I missed a lot of schools, and I could not do piano. My brother had piano lessons, had nothing because I had to help in the house. So that became a way of being. And when I grew older, I had to do something hard science. I could not do what I wanted to do. I would have liked to be an architect or to be a musician, obviously. I never mentioned that. And I started doing some drawings. And there I could express myself through art. But anyway, that became a different track, and I focused more on music. And it is then that my parents said, no, you have to do a hard science degree. And I became a chemist, an organic chemist. And I've, like a master in organic chemistry from the University of Brussels. And I enjoyed it. I like to do things what I do, with a sense of professionalism. And then it started a few years. And one day, I was on a recess in southern France, and I met a young American girl about my age who became my wife. Within a year, we got married, and we moved to Michigan. Then we moved back to Brussels because I had to do my military service. Then we moved back to the US, and we decided to take a chance. And I realized that there was much more flexibility in the American system than the Belgian or European system. It may have changed, but at that time I was tracked. I had to do hard science. And I came into a world, well, why don't you try again what you want to try? So we moved to the US. I got an MBA from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And it was a very nice experience. And then someone came from New York, a big bank of the time, to recruit me. And then I spent 10 years in Africa, in and out of Africa. It was a magnificent experience to be thinking of the diversity of populations. Apparently all this, none of this has to do with music, but actually it has a lot to do, because my mind started processing that over the years. And after 10, 11 years in New York and being the head of the Africa division of that bank, we decided to move to Michigan. We had to help families. Some were very sick. And we moved to Michigan. I became a professor at the university teaching international business. And one day I told my wife, I want to do music. At that time, our children were playing the cello and the viola. I would say, see them, and I was only an amateur. And I decided I want to go a third time for a degree in music. And I went to the Western Michigan University. And there people said, okay, why not? It's the American dream. Some may have thought I was a little bit not stable, but at that time we found what I really want to do. My teachers were my age, and by that time I was 46 years old, and decided therefore to pursue what was the dream I had since I was 4 or 5. And then everything came very quickly. About 2 years the program, I earned the Irving S. Gilmore Emerging Artist Award for the composition of the brass suite. Then the next year I got another award for the composition of the second sonata, and then the third year for the third sonata. And by that time I was really on my own. And but I've done something that is difficult for many musicians or many artists. They need to make money at the same time as they want to do their art. And the way I arranged my life, and that's what the flexibility of the American system allows, to, in a way, front load my retirement as I was a bank and I work in business, and decide now I would focus on music. My wife was at work, and so we and the children went through college. We took all our responsibility, and I could pursue the dream. And for the last 25 years, that's what I've been doing.